From the studios of DNT, this is the good, the bad, and ugly.
Let's roll the dice. Aphia.
Helen.
Amma. Introducing the host for tonight, Amma,
The bad.
Hello people, you're welcome to another exciting show of the good, the bad and the ugly. And as usual, we bring you the front page stories of our daily newspapers. And today I am here with Helen and Aphia. My name is Amma. Let's go for a quick break. We'll be right back. You're welcome back. And on my right is the good girl, Helen Asante.
Yay.
Alpha Blonde.
You look good.
Thank you, girl.
Half and half blonde day.
And the queen on her special seat.
Hello. Comfortable
Away
lead.
from your hair.
I suddenly grew hair.
Okay, now there's this good news. Are you an importer or an exporter? Do you need quick financing at the best rates on the market? ADB has some good news for you. Walk into any agricultural development bank ADB location nationwide for that solution to all your trade financing needs. Now, ADB offers you the following: pre-financing of exports and imports, post-shipment credit facilities, the issuance and acceptance of letters of credit (LOC), bank guarantees, documentary bills for collection, outward documentary collection. Enjoy free advisory service from our well-trained, dedicated trade officers. Now, exporters of agricultural products are encouraged to take advantage of this great service. For further inquiries, kindly call ADB on 0302 210 210. Kindly call ADB on 0302 210 210 or send an email to customercare@agricbank.com. customercare@agricbank.com. ADB, making trade finance easy. ADB, truly agric, and more. Now let's move straight to our first paper, Daily Graphic. On the front page, we are seeing a very beautiful picture of the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Ebenezer Odro Owusu. Accommodation crisis at the University of Ghana. Over 9,000 freshers stranded. Authorities claim registration portal hacked. Many students who have been offered admission to pursue various courses of study at the University of Ghana, Legon, Accra, are stranded and going through a tired time to find accommodation on the campus or in nearby hostels. The situation is getting frustrating for the students, and most of them teenagers, as they have to leave their search for accommodation on campus to participate in orientation for freshers, leaving their parents and guardians to take on the task of moving around the various hostels in search of a solution. Wow. But you can continue the story on page 3 of the Daily Graphic. Helen, kindly help me with this, my first question. How can a premier university like University of Ghana, look on and for almost like 9,000 plus freshers to be stranded and tell us their system failed or is hacked or something? To me, this is gross incompetence.
Well, I am not surprised about the whole portal being hacked. Was it 2 months or 3 months ago that we talked about these journalists hacking into hacking
Don't
into.
defend them.
Yeah, so the issue of technology in this country with the sharp brains of these young youth. It's
No,
crazy.
then they should show us evidence of the
So I am not surprised we have this whole hacking situation going on. I'm not surprised at all.
But they also train computer science students,
Because
so
look,
they
if I have a brother who is very sharp with the technology or whatever, he told me that to book my hall, I need to go on the portal and book from there. I need to go online and book from there. Stop eyeing me. So
but the
I
thing
need to
is,
book
this
from there.
portal-
My little brother if he's very good with techno, he can go into that and
help you
help
and
me
your friends.
and my friends.
Okay.
Do you understand? This is how you have situations like this. I mean, but it's very sad because I mean, out of over 11,000 plus students that are being admitted, you have only about 1,907 beds available. It's a big. It's questionable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's questionable. And then
No,
I
but
mean-
the thing is, this portal, online registration for rooms and all of that, has it been tried and tested? Is it something they used?
I
or
think this is
something?
the
I don't know.
first. I think this is the first time they're trying it,
Okay,
because I haven't heard
okay.
about the whole portal or
So they
online
shouldn't
thing.
give us
You
that
go on
excuse
campus,
of
yes.
it's being hacked. I think the system itself couldn't work.
Well, you see, technology. We are growing. We are developing. You need to be current. So if a whole university like University of Ghana is trying to be current, I'm not surprised at all. We should. I mean, whatever you do for the first time, there's always hitches somewhere. So
exactly.
you learn from your mistakes. So this is something you're definitely going to learn from. So I mean, but my question is the
Did
fact
I hear
that
hitches?
yes, hitches. There are bound to be problems when you.
So they should tell us the problem, but they shouldn't just say that it was hacked.
1,900 beds to 11,000 students.
Well-
Even if they had 5,000 students, talking about this 1,900.
This is like
it's still
4 or 5
nothing.
times the number.
Well,
Are you telling me the hitches?
The new
came-
system is the portal way of getting
Okay,
halls
so
and
moving
everything.
forward, what are they going to do about this situation?
Nothing.
There is.
I just answered you. You cannot
I believe
let
fees-
her answer me.
There is going to be a lot of things that they can do. I mean, but my discomfort here is the fact that Mr. Jermaine was talking about how government should make conscious effort to intensify or solve this issue. But then again, this is a situation where we're always calling on government
to
for,
come in.
for
Yet you guys
everything.
take
Government
money
This is a
from
whole
students.
university.
Meanwhile, they pay dues. They pay
No,
hostel fees.
but Amma, this is a whole university.
No,
a
they
whole
pay school
University
fees,
of
tuition
Ghana.
fees.
And they pay hostel
2 months
fees.
ago,
They pay hostel bill
president-
dues too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
2
come to
months
you.
ago, I believe that University of Ghana has funds. They have funds. They have the SLC funds. They have all kinds of
They
funds.
have a way of
you do
collecting
not, yes,
revenues even when
yes,
you use their campus. You drive through their
you
campus.
do not need government interference in this. It's only when it's beyond your capability. You're a whole university. There's a reason you have a vice chancellor and you have a chancellor.
Management.
Solve this problem
council.
on your own. Let's sway away from everything that we keep calling the president, the president, the president. You're a vice chancellor and a chancellor for a reason. It wasn't a 2 month or 3 months that we talked about the president donating some amount of money to the Ghana
Am
University.
I not
Exactly,
going to
5
talk?
million.
Why,
Yes,
why
so,
is Helen talking
I'm not
so
done with my
much?
point.
And she's even not talking about her points now. She's getting all emotional.
I'm not getting
No.
emotional. So I'm talking about
Okay,
the
you
fact that we
finish
should
up.
not depend on government for everything. They are capable enough to solve their own issues. There was some money donated to them.
What if
You
they are
use
not
that
capable?
money to renovate the space that you need
Amma,
for these kids.
whether you are going to give me time or not, I've taken my own time. This is sheer incompetence,
Yeah,
my dear.
I agree with you.
There's nothing like hitches and that's a very lame excuse. That
No,
it was
even-
what hacked. We are talking about 11,000 students.
Yeah. And this is a
Against
university that prides
1,900
itself
and
with the
whatever.
best business school
Let
in
me
Ghana.
round it up for them, 2,000. Let me just be, today I want to be a little bit good. 2,000, let me round it. So you want to tell me the extra 9,000 people,
Yeah.
you had plans for them, but the system got hacked. And oh, please, they should spare me. They should spare me, and they should just. This is even lame. This is
So
even
how
disgraceful.
would they
shouldn't
even
even
take
give any
on,
excuse.
They
They
more
should just
students next year
accept.
after the free
The
SHS
thing is,
graduates.
it's going to escalate and it's going to get messy next year because it's going. This is free SHS next year.
Yeah.
The people that are going to come into the university is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
They don't have any excuse. This is sheer incompetence. They are just incompetent. The administration or the leaders of that school are doing virtually nothing.
So it brings us back to Senior Hosse's. Did you see the video where he was bashing the management of University of Ghana?
Yes, they are doing nothing, and I agree with him because you can't. There is no excuse for this. You can't defend this.
I agree.
It's not something. It's even shameful for you to even give excuses for this.
Okay.
Because this didn't just happen this year. It's something that has been happening even our time.
Yeah.
Even our time, we were going through
When
this.
you think
you
of
struggle
Legon,
for hostel.
your problem is accommodation.
Yes,
When
you struggle
anytime
for
Legon comes
hostel
into your-
every now and then.
Exactly.
So all those people who have
They came out
houses in
with,
the areas will be
in,
enjoying
out, in. Which never worked.
You get it? Now the hostels are charging so high.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the school hostels are affordable.
But you know,
No, even that is 800.
It's high, but
it's
you
possible
know
that these hostels are
It's
being
better
built,
than
are
Pen-
being owned by the chancellors
Pentagon.
and the directors of the university, so they need people to
that
go
is
there.
because they are building more. And even if they'll build more and give these parents and students some peace of mind, because how are they going to be able to read, learn, and come out with whatever flying colors as we used to say? Flying colors and come and do anything good here, because they can't even find a place to lay their heads. How are parents going to sleep knowing that their wards are out there? Imagine if you are not based in Accra here and you get Legon. Where are you going to sleep?
But
And these are
shouldn't-
teenagers, so they will have to. At the end of the day, you see them involving themselves in all kind of delinquent attitudes, behaviors. Because at the end of the day, they are maybe patching with somebody who the person too is doing other stuff and peer
They'll be
pressure.
influenced. I agree.
So, okay. How do we help University of Ghana resolve
We are
this
not going
issue?
to help them. They should
No,
resolve
I think
their
that
own
private
issues.
entities can also come
please,
in and
nobody
take
will.
advantage of the
People should
of
just
the-
come
I
I
and
don't
build
want to be ugly,
hostels.
but I'm forced to be
private
ugly on
entities
this
around
issue.
Lagos
Yes,
and
we'll
Madina.
just end up
You can
building
start building.
hostels, and you know the
No,
sad part. If I'm
university-
going to build my own hostel in that area, I choose what I put on it. That's the attitude of Ghanaians. Though there are laws, there are rules governing rent issues and all that, it doesn't work at the end of the day. Landlord,
No, but
landlord
Pentagon
chooses.
is charging 3,000 for one academic year.
How? Where would
And
where
they are
would
paying.
where would
People are
where would the
paying.
Exactly, you
students-
get people
The
paying
ministers'
for it. And
wards
so
are there,
all
they are
those
paying.
people coming out of the free SHS who
How
are not
can they-
even paying fees, whose parents can't afford school fees, that's why they are there. How do you expect them to come and pay hostel for 3,000, 4,000, 5,000? Because it's going to go up.
Yeah.
Once the demand is going high, they are going to increase it. I'm sure last year wasn't 3,000.
Yeah.
I believe it's the mandate of the university, every university, to provide accommodation for admitted students.
Okay.
Yes, they should not interfere government with this or call upon government for anything.
Oh.
University of Ghana has enough funds to take care of themselves. They are taking tolls when you're driving through their
them,
university.
yeah,
That
right.
is enough funds for them to be able to renovate or enlarge their halls, their dormitories, their halls, to accommodate these students. This is like I'm forced to agree with Aphia on this,
You have a
because
minute.
this issue is an issue with education though, but it's no excuse. It's no excuse. The vice chancellor, the chancellor of the university has no excuse on this. They should not get government involved in this. The government has enough headache,
It's the
enough
University
things
of
to
Ghana.
deal. Yeah, University of Ghana, but the government has put you as a chancellor to take care of the issues there. How then do you go back
Recently,
and tell
they
your
were even in the news for all the
Aphia, you have
bad
30
stuff.
seconds.
They were in the news recently. University of Ghana, where they were in the news. They were in the news about how
They just
even
celebrated their
lecturers.
70th.
Even we all know how lecturers even try to seduce some of these girls to even give them marks. In fact, there are lots of pressing issues in our universities that we need to even solve. All these kids that are coming in, at the end of the day, they are even going to go out. Getting a job out there, it's even a problem. Now they are facing the problem of
So what if they
getting a place to
decide-
sleep.
They decide is day. They are not giving accommodations to anyone.
Well then fine. That's your
Well,
that's
then they
their
should make it
decision.
day.
That's their decision.
So that parents
Non-residents.
and
All
kids don't
students
have
will be
to
non-resident.
go through that, because if they can't afford to build more hostels and more halls, then
they should just
make it free,
non-resident
like
for
day
everybody.
students for everybody.
Because
So
then
that
it
they go
brings-
and come.
It brings revenue back into the trotro drivers, the Uber drivers. They'll be getting more money transporting these kids to school.
I'm sitting here thinking about 11,000 students plus 48,000 students already in there, going out there for transportation. My God, traffic in this country.
Yeah,
Thank you, ladies.
yeah.
University of Ghana, from my own checks, you even have accommodation issues for your own staff. And we don't know what exactly your management is doing.
Nothing.
But if somebody should pay 850 Ghana cedis per academic year for just accommodation, and those who can even afford paying 3,000 and 1,350, it's just too much. We don't want to hear some of these stories next year when your campuses are flooded with all these free HSS graduates. I mean,
It's going to
Find a way.
happen.
find a way. If you need more investors, advertise and let them come in and, sit around that round table and make some better decisions. We are going for a quick break. When we come back, we move on to our next story.
Same grade bag.
Are you an importer or exporter? Do you need quick financing at the best rate on the market? ADB has good news for you. Walk into any agricultural development bank ADB location nationwide for that solution to all your trade financing needs. ADB offers you pre-financing of export and import, post-shipment credit facilities, the issuance and acceptance of letters of credit, bank guarantees, documentary bills for collection, output documentary collection. Enjoy free advisory services from our well-trained dedicated trade officers. Exporters of agricultural products are encouraged to take advantage of this great service. For further inquiries, call us on 0302 210 210 or send a mail to customercare@agribank.com. ADB, making trade finance easy. ADB, truly agri and more.
Welcome back, and moving straight to Ghanaian Times. On the front page, there is a story. Okay, so the minimum wage up 11 cedis, 82 pesos, Ghana cedis, takes effect from January 1, 2020. Okay, so the story reads, the National Tripartite Committee has set a new national daily minimum wage at 11 cedis 82 pesos, effective from January 1, 2020. The figure represents an 11% increase over the current national daily minimum wage of 10.65. The Minister of Employment and Labour Relations, Ignatius Bafo-Ewua, who announced the tax-exempt wage on behalf of the NTC, directed all institutions whose daily minimum wage was low or below the minimum wage set to adjust the new wages accordingly. Okay, so in short, they had come up with a new minimum wage, moving from 10.65 to 11.82. Now, the thing is, how do we enforce.
Yay, I'm excited.
How do we enforce that employers who do not pay well, okay, who do not pay the minimum wage are actually dealt with? How
Who
do
is
we
going to check
enforce
that?
that?
Well, I think it's chance upon the individual. The news is out there. Education. Let's educate people on their rights. So if you're being employed into a company and you're not being given the right wage, the right minimum wage, you know that it's your right to insist that this is the amount that you're being given, because it goes up in 2020 to 11%.
No, but the truth of the matter is, how would the house help? How would the labor? How would the
kaya
artisan or somebody who is not really like schooled
That's-
get to know the
yes.
minimum wage? When was the last time you saw minimum wage being explained on TV or for people to?
Education. Education.
NCC.
Well, NCC has to do its part, and then
Who is
the
financing
ministry,
NCC to do that?
the Ministry of Labor
another
Relations
question.
and Employment need to also
will give
come
it
out
to-
well to do the communication, set the communication out there well.
But
Let
trust
people
They
understand.
will just end it here. Once the newspapers pick it, they are done.
Well, so as an individual, that's why you see, education is everything, and I'm very, very happy that there's free education till senior high. At least that level, you should be able to have gotten some level of knowing how to read and knowing a bit of your rights in pieces.
Yeah.
You should. So it's very, very
Or asking
important.
questions about the
Asking questions.
industry
Listen
you
to the
are
news.
in.
Watch the news.
What's the basic
Listen to the
rates
news
that
and watch
people
the
are
news.
paying?
It's for your own good. The government sitting there will not have time to babysit you. Sometimes you need to help yourself.
Yeah, right.
So if they're talking about minimum wages being increased, it applies to you. You should learn. You should find out what is there. Because for them, these people sitting in their offices, they've passed the law. How does it benefit? How do you benefit as an individual? That's a big question.
Yeah.
Yes. How do you benefit? So you need to help yourself. So moving on. I mean, I think it's a very good news. I mean, coming from the minister and
Commercials.
and then the unions. I think they've done very well to improve the
Passing
income,
of laws.
incomes and
pass
productivity.
right now.
Aphia, please, can I finish?
No, you can't.
I need to finish.
No,
I
she
need to
can.
make my
You-
points because
please
I need
make
to
your
make my
points.
points loud and clear.
I'm listening.
So to improve incomes and productivity in both the public and the private
Private
sector,
sector.
this will encourage the workers to put in more efforts.
Okay.
We are all included. I mean, I'm included.
And it's been progressive. Like
yeah.
every year, there's an increase in the
Look at
minimum
how much.
wage.
Yeah,
Every year there is
I
an
mean, I
increase.
would do comparison from 2018. 2018, 20. Yes, I mean it's right there. 2018 and 2019 is been 10, 9 to 10, 65, 10%,
Yeah.
10%. So I mean, if you're looking at 2020 to be 11%, 11.82%, it's good news. It's good news, and I'm very happy that the government is concerned about the well-being of workers
Okay.
in this country, and it's a start. It's a start. What we do not want to see is depreciating.
Okay, so why is it that workers in the government sector are not getting the same amount, the same minimum wage? Because those on the single spine are getting a base pay of 10.19. So if it's a minimum wage for everybody, then it should cut across. If not, then people who go into the government, people wouldn't even want to work in the government sector because they might call this as unfair.
Hey, Amma, you've said my point now. That's what I was going to say. The thing is, you were saying, and now I'm a bearer of the bad news. This is good news, this is good news. That's Kayaye in that market. How is the Kayaye going to know the minimum is now 11.8 and somebody is given, some Kayayes will actually work in shops with people, and at the end of the day when they are going home, they just give them 5 cedis to go home with. Sometimes they even feel like they've
Even
done
at
them
a
a
chop
favor.
bar, they will let you eat and that's it.
Yes, they
don't give you
it's like they've
anything.
done you a favor,
Okay.
and you are talking about free SHS. So that guy who is already, or that chop bar guy who is already 40 or 30 years should now go back to free SHS and go get himself educated and come and read before suing somebody? No.
So these institutions need
No. So that's
make
when we
noise
talk
about
about
the
NCC. Who is giving them money to do what? These monies are being charged by the PPA bosses and all that. How are they going to get enough funds? Because the monies are being spent by a particular group of people.
Yeah.
You get it? We sit here and we pass laws. Now it's moved from, we've been calculating every year it goes up. When you go to other jurisdictions, it doesn't go up like that. You go to the US, it takes sometimes 5 years before minimum wages are even increased.
So it's a good thing.
It's
for
a
us
good
that
thing
it's-
for Ghana,
that
but
it's
it's a
increasing
good
every
thing
year.
for some group of people.
Yeah.
It's never a good thing for the whole of Ghana, because as I say, the illiteracy level in this country is far more than those literates who can take you on.
Yeah.
So the number of people who are going to suffer at the end of the day, they are more than the number of people who are going to benefit. And trust me, even some of these literates, they don't even speak up. Because if you speak up, your boss has the connection.
You are saying the increase in minimum wage doesn't really push
It's
everybody
good,
up.
but it doesn't push everybody up. It wouldn't. Because even take those who are even going through education, bettering themselves and all that. At the end of the day, when they come, their pay is like that, and the minimum wage is coming up. So how does it even improve that person who has gotten the certificate to work? Those are high ends.
Yeah.
And they don't benefit from the minimum wage.
But looking at this,
The single spine to come in. That is why those who work in these government institutions and public sectors have this attitude, because at the end of the day, their wages are even low.
So they'll find ways and means to
That
to,
is
to
where
make up
the corruption
Yeah.
and the connection
make
of
up.
how to get monies come in. Because at the end of the day, their wages are even lower. And they have families, they have responsibility. So at the end of the day, they have to find ways
and means.
to make it up.
Yeah.
And now we are talking about somebody spending money in government. You see how people rush into government institutions.
They know what they are going to get.
You would think that they are actually supposed to, people are supposed to back out, because at the end of the day,
they're
your
not.
wage is very low. But they are the ones building the mansions and buying the V8 and the Range Rovers and the Rolls Royces.
Amma,
So,
look,
do you think
Let's
that
thank
enough
God.
consultation was done? Like looking at these, were industry players involved in making these decisions and coming up with this minimum wage?
yes, I mean they involve workers' union and all the unions and then the ministries
all
that
the
are
other associations,
who
stakeholders,
who
industry
has
stakeholders?
the mandate to make sure that this law is implemented or the wages are increased. They were there. Those who were supposed to be
what
there were
proportion?
there. Well, they were
Because
there.
these people vote. So if you are there and it's
They
just
all
one
vote
person,
You don't need the whole Ghana to be
association.
able to increase minimum wage. Once it's increased, it's communicated to everybody. Look, the case of I did not know or illiteracy is no excuse, because right now even other TV
no excuse
stations
before the law.
is no excuse. Yes, before the law. Thank you. Even other TV stations are reporting news and radio stations are reporting news in local dialects. Different local dialects,
So
you can understand
understand.
what they are talking about. You can understand inflation rate. Let's look at inflation rate from 2016, which was about 17.5%. 2016, it was about 12.37%.
Okay.
Now, as of July of 2019, inflation rate is at 9.4%.
Yay.
Inflation is coming down,
Single digits.
and minimum wage is going up. Yet we complain that nyama nko ye.
Are things going well?
Nyama nko ye. Have you ever had any Ghanaian person that you will stop and ask, from the time of Rollins to the time of the current president, oh, is everything okay?
They will say
Nyama
no.
nko ye o. Things
You
are not
see,
going
Even
well.
when a
Ga-
Ghanaian is not
would
feeling
never.
well and you ask, how are you? Because I'm fine.
No.
Before she comes back and
Say,
says, oh, I have a
I
slight
think so,
headache.
yes.
It's like automatic.
Yeah.
Once you ask the
There is
question,
no way they will talk
they will
about
say no.
nyama nko
Why-
ye, nyama nko ye.
Why it's now, the inflation is now single digits and the
It means Akufo-Addo is working.
the wages are double
Going.
digits.
Yeah.
You see why?
It's the first
and you
time
see
ever-
why people are claiming a Nyoman Koyi. It's because when the laws are passed, it doesn't get down to everyone. It's because the impunity in this country of bosses. Let's say this law is passed. If I am to take a boss on, that this is the situation, trust me, we are in Ghana. People pay off. The boss has all the connection. The boss know all the people you are reporting to.
No,
Your
I think
case
the
will
best
not go
the
anywhere.
boss can
It
do
won't get
is to lay you
anywhere.
off and pick someone else who will accept
No,
that.
sometimes
Yes,
they
but
won't
it
just
should
lay
not-
you off.
it should not
They will
stop
try
you.
to put you down there to prove to you that you are not his koiko or her koiko.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, after putting you through that, they will suck you on top. We are sitting
after
here
the
making it look
frustration.
like it's really that's what they've said. That's the law. So that's what is really
No, but
happening.
the thing is, even
That
our
is
legal
not-
system will frustrate you.
But Amma, if
Exactly.
you know
It's
your
not
rights, a
practical.
boss cannot just wake up and fire you.
Okay, know your right without money and
be here.
and be going about in this country. Know your rights.
No, but the thing is,
without cash.
have you
see
ever-
why illiterates are making some illiterates who are business people are making it, and some people are sitting there. Trust me, money talks and a whole lot of things.
BS
No,
work.
I have this question. Have you ever seen any boss who had been sanctioned by the laws that so and so did not pay his workers?
Well, I believe that
Or
we
paid his workers
things-
below
the
the
trend
minimum
is changing. The trend is changing. Just as minimum wage is increasing and inflation,
been increasing for
inflation is
forever.
decreasing. The trend is changing in Ghana. We will get there.
It's only bending.
It will
We are
change.
bending
Look,
the trends.
an
We are
example
not-
is
we'll
one
get
day
there.
going to be set, and that will be it.
One day.
That
That's
will
what
be
she's
it.
saying, you know. That one day will never happen in our country. one day. That's what she's saying. That one day can be next 100 years, next
Okay, you
200
have 10
years,
seconds.
when I am gone. Because me, I don't want to be 200 years on this earth. 100 is even too many.
Okay, thank you, ladies. Now, for the first time in our nation's history, we are enjoying inflation that is single digits, while the minimum wage is double digits. Thank you, Ekufuado, and your administration. Let's go for a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hello, this is Nanansa, and you're watching Homeland: The Story of the Returnee, where we dive into the perspective of the diaspora in and out of Ghana. It's fun, engaging, and motivational.
I think Ghana is a wonderful place. I love Ghana. I truly do.
We need our diasporans for our country to develop to where it should be.
Come on, turn around. Turn around, let me see.
Make a date with me right here on DNT every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Homeland. Brain drain, brain gain.
You're welcome back. Are you an importer or an exporter? Do you need quick financing at the best rates on the market? ADB has some good news for you. Walk into any agricultural development bank location nationwide for that solution to all your trade financing needs. ADB offers you pre-financing of exports and imports, post-shipment credit facilities, the issuance and acceptance of letters of credit, bank guarantees, documentary bills for collection, outward documentary collection. Enjoy free advisory services from our well-trained, dedicated trade officers. Exporters of agricultural products are encouraged to take advantage of this great service. For further inquiries, call ADB on 0302 210 210, 0302 210 210, or send an email to customercare@agricbank.com, customercare@agricbank.com. ADB, making trade finance easy. ADB, truly agric, and more. Okay, to our last story, you can find it in the Daily Guide, sorry. And blow for blue. Like an American movie, sorry. Blow by blow. How Kaswa cops died. The story is on the page 3 of the Daily Guide. The gruesome murder of Sergeant Michael Jamasi and Lance Corporal Awal Mohammed at Budumbura near Kaswa in broad daylight was witnessed by many residents of the Kaswa area. Their narrations are disturbing and have provoked a national conversation about the callousness of bloodthirsty criminals. As it is with crime scene narrations, various versions have emerged. The bottom line being the shooting of the 2 unarmed cops. This is a sad one, and we sympathize with the families of the 2 policemen. Shouldn't our discussion or the national conversation be bordered on the way forward regarding security in this country?
Way forward.
Yeah, because crime is not going to stop.
Yes, it's not. It's a sad thing. It's very horrible. I won't sit here and be all ugly about it. It's really sad that the police, who are supposed to protect and save us even when there is some sort of crime or criminals chasing us, they are the ones going through this. They are the ones being dealt with in such a way. So it puts us in fear, like, are we secured? Are we safe? It's really sad. It's a really sad thing. But you know what? How does a police officer chase somebody, a suspect? They stop and you just begin fighting them, slapping the suspect. How are they trained? Yes, I'm trying to be very calm with this whole situation, because maybe the family members are watching, they'll go like, you're being heartless.
No, but Aphia, when you are confronted as citizens, when you are confronted with a situation like this, you need to obey what the policeman tells you.
There are people who won't obey. That's why police people are there. Because there are people, there are deviant people who won't obey the laws and rules. That's why the police
so it comes back to the recklessness on the roads. But when a policeman stops you on the road, why do you speed off?
The citizen is being, but that's why you are the police officer, and that's why you go through training to calm down when things are escalating. You de-escalate. Do you get my point? Okay, so I am angry and you are also angry. You are the one who has been trained to calm situations. Me, I've not been trained to calm any situation. I've not gone through your academy. I've not gone through that school. Do you get my point?
No,
so
but
the
citizens should also do the right thing.
But if we are all doing the right thing, where would the police be?
I get you.
There are rules and laws. That's why we have people who are supposed to enforce it. And those people are the police. So the fact that a citizen is messing up, that puts you, the police, in a place to calm the situation, to arrest people. But you don't start beating people, because in the fit of anger, you don't know what somebody can do. You started slapping this guy.
No, but first of all, should they have even followed the unregistered vehicle?
That is what I'm saying. The training. Are they trained to just follow vehicles when they speed off to certain places? You just take their numbers. You take things that can identify the vehicle. Then you trace it later. But you don't follow them when you don't have arms. And then you leave your post. Do you know the criminal? That maybe these are people who are even to distract you from the main thing coming. And you follow them. You leave the post and you go. Then you get there, you start beating the suspect. The suspect gets angry. She said, well, there's a story that says, it's only alleged, that the suspect goes like, let me go into my car, pick my money. And the police officer actually leaves him to go pick his money in the car, which was actually a pistol.
Yeah.
That is the attitude of policemen. Oh, the moment he had money, hey, bribe a pie.
No, but this one, he has that title of... No, everybody knows him, or even the Sakawa people, they know him for not taking bribe. So this is somebody that, you know...
No, but that's only alleged. You get it? What I am saying is alleged, and alleged. What you are saying is alleged.
Because this is a policeman that everybody knows. He wouldn't
we don't know the two of them. Which one of them is the one who doesn't take bribe? Do you get it? So maybe the one that was slapping them was the one who takes it too. So when he said he was going into the car to pick his money, the moment police officer hears money, so these days they tell you to momo it.
Yeah, it's just being dramatic.
Hey, these days they will tell you momo it. I have a personal experience.
No, we should be looking at. We should be.
A police officer actually told me, Madam, can wato and yet 20 cities be at the betcheme. I mean,
but Aphia, what I'm saying is that we should be looking at security.
Security-wise, that's what I'm saying. If they are trained well,
how do we put aside the training? How do we protect these policemen so they can also protect us?
They should be armed. There are bulletproof vests and all that. They should be protected. Yes, because I don't see how the citizen or the criminal has pistols and guns and the police officer is not armed. And he was shooting to kill. Because I learned he followed him to wherever he was running to go and kill him.
Okay, Aphia, I'll come back to you. Helen, here's the case the Ghana police had done enough by arresting two. There are 3 anyway. They've arrested 2 and still looking for 1. I think that it was swift. They are working enough. Because it didn't take a day for them to get these 2 guys.
It has to do with the police officer. How many days have the Takrady girls been missing? It has to do with police officers, so they are swift. Wouldn't they be? They are all afraid because if free back.
No, if I was talking to Helen.
You know, reading the story was like a movie to me.
Rambo-like.
I thought I was reading some action movie. I couldn't.
But this is action reality, not action.
Horrifying. Movie. I mean, goodness.
Rambo style.
May the soul of the Sergeant Michael Zamasi and Corporal Awal Mohammed, may their soul rest in peace. I mean, they died in the line of duty.
Yeah.
Amen.
And I mean,
these are heroes,
this is very heroic. Because I mean, reading the story, they said there's one among them that is known to not to take bribe.
Yeah.
Heroes like this should be honored, should be recognized. There should be some edifice set up in their name too, monuments and statues or whatever.
No, these are the
to
people
honor
that
them.
We should name our roads
because
after.
Bribe taking and no nonsense police
not grandfathers and uncles.
No nonsense police in service. This is a heroic act, and hardly would you find a policeman not taking a bribe in this country. So I mean, we should honor them and not honor politicians.
This is only alleged, though, my dear. This one that you are making it look like really, he's never taken bribe.
You know.
He's never
So the question is the Ghana Police Service. They need to revisit, like Aphia is saying, the training system, their tactics, psychology, technology use, and weapon use. They need to look at all these things. They need to
mostly these policemen in the MTTD, they are not armed. Just like these ones, they were not armed.
If they're not supposed to be armed, they should be trained in psychology to be able to read, feel, and sense.
Sometimes some of them don't
human
even
senses. If you're a criminal with intention, they should be able to feel it. They should be able to sense and read your mind. Psychology. Because this could have been avoided. It's very sad. I could imagine what the family is going through. Yeah. It could have been avoided. It could have clearly been avoided. But 2 lives gone.
We'll all die.
2 lives gone. Anyway. And moving on, our police people need more protective gadgets.
Yeah, right.
They need more protective gadgets. I mean, the fact that the guy even shot the head. First of all, he was injured. He fired the first thing from the story.
Yeah.
If he had unprotective gadgets, it wouldn't have weakened him for him to be able to chase him after. You understand? But the question here, Amma, is when they were pursuing these guys, did they call in for backup?
No.
Was there some communication? Did they have the gadgets?
They don't have any communication gadgets.
Their whole aim was to go grab them. Oh, let's talk it here and pay something.
You see,
so they won't call for backup.
Amma,
if you'll come back
the Ghana police, they need to work towards restoring dignity and conduct in the Ghana Police Service, because clearly Ghanaians they've lost that.
Yeah.
They've lost that with we the citizens of this nation. We don't trust them anymore. The conduct is not there. There's a lot of misconduct going on in their service. There's no trust anymore. And right now we're living in the world of technology. The police service should be equipped and understand the use of technology for their own benefit and for their own protection. I mean, I heard when they got the newly branded vehicles and all that. What is the use of a newly branded vehicle when the field training is not enough? You're sitting in cars and riding in cars, but you don't have the proper field training.
Okay, I'm giving you 30 seconds.
You see, I think that whole area, that Bujumbura,
Should be demolished.
it should be demolished.
One
In fact,
time.
it should be condemned. It's a hub for criminals.
Yeah. Devious.
These Liberians are gone back to their countries. Those who didn't go, most of them are even out of that
Living
particular
better lives.
place.
Yeah.
So why are we keeping that place? What are we keeping the place for? It's become a hub for all these criminals, and you hear a lot of issues around Kaswa, and those are the place. That particular place is the place.
So
you
what
go
are
and
you
meet them.
suggesting? We use the place?
Nothing. We should just clear the place and build something beautiful. We can build apartments. We can build shops. We can build
we can
hospitals.
move the
we can build
cathedral
schools.
there.
We can even build a university there. Now we are even packed up in the Lagos University. So let's build another university and name it University of Ghana next. Something. Because we can't keep a hub for criminals. It stated that the king there stated that even the police are scared to go there after 6 p.m. How?
Why?
Yeah.
They should push military guys there.
Yes. Raid
The
the whole
military
place.
should go there.
Raid.
Go and deal with all those criminals. Because we can't be living in this country in fear. How is that even done anywhere? So my final suggestion is that those criminals too should be given to us for us to deal with them. Let us beat them. And you know, this whole thing, justice, it will be dragged in the courts, and somebody
Human
will
rights
pass
lawyers.
somewhere, and they will go and pay bribe, and at the end of the day, it won't get. And those
do have-
Nigerians
they do
involved in this thing, you know, I
They do
wasn't
have human
actually
rights.
surprised.
They do
Them
have
keep their
human rights. They have
Let
human
them-
rights. You see,
Okay.
the
No.
issue of
The Nigerians
Let her-
that are part of
Aphia
this
land.
whole thing. I'm not surprised that I heard 2 Nigerians have been arrested. They are always part. Nigerians are, you hear crime and it's
what's
like
the
the next thing you
evidence?
want to hear is,
what's the
are they
evidence?
Ghanaians or they are
Their
Nigerians? And by
You see,
all
you're
means, if
actually
you hear
looking for
3
the Ghanaians.
Ghanaians, you hear 4 Nigerians.
Yes, but the people, the deceased, the victims are dead and gone. They are the only ones who have the facts, the actual facts that this is what happened. and
you
this
know,
one is
let's
involved, this
even
one is not
forget
involved.
about facts.
Right
We
now,
are
they're
dealing
only
with the
Thank you,
story we
ladies.
have
As
here
to whether
right
Nigerians
now.
are really part
You
of
know,
it, it's
I'm
just
very
alleged.
sorry,
It's
but
just
they
they don't have
alleged.
proof.
When it's published in the paper, how can it be alleged, my
Well,
dear?
because they want
is
to
for
find
everyone.
they want to find culprits immediately. They would involve anybody and everybody at that area at that particular time. The people who really have the truth of what happened is the
I
Nigerian,
don't
is
know why I'm listening to
the
Helena Santi,
deceased.
but your time is over.
She just used my time. Why? You
So
see,
if you're 30 seconds.
death is sad. I'm sorry if I'm being hard on you, the policemen. Death is for everyone. At the end of the day, we are all going to die anyway. We don't know how we are going to die, but eventually, we are going to die. It's a sad story. Now the police have to do something about it because.
Yeah. Thank you, ladies,
Yes,
for your
but
argument.
sorry, can I add just one more thing?
No,
Sorry, before
if you add,
sorry to
I'll
take
add.
your time. I mean, there should be ongoing training for the police
Very
service.
necessary, yeah.
Ongoing training.
it's
There
very
should be no
necessary.
break or relaxation for them. They should be trained every day, every hour, every minute.
Yes. Okay, so now the Ghana police has put a bounty of 10,000 Ghana cedis on Eric Gia,
A criminal. It's on a criminal.
on the head of
Look at him.
Eric Gia. So any citizen, anybody who sees this face anywhere,
Oh,
it's
kindly
just-
go to the nearest
No,
police
the
station and
weapon was
help
just
the
licensed to his name.
and help the police, you know.
That is the
arrest
sad
him.
part. They are tagging him as
When
a
I'm-
criminal. You let me see
He's
this.
a
They are
suspect.
tagging him as a. Now everybody thinks he is the criminal, but the weapon was just in his name.
It was just
You
licensed
you
in
see,
his
they
name.
might
So
even
why
taking it
is
from
he
him.
running away? Come and say that they took
Aphia.
it from me.
You know, people are going to even grab him and beat him. That's the fear.
No, even the people who shot them, are they dead? They are alive.
You see how they've been beaten?
But they are still alive.
Hey, who wants to go through that pain?
Okay, guys. What we can say is that when we talk about security or crimes on this continent, Ghana do not surpass South Africa. We can learn, our security agencies can learn from other countries, you know, the best practices they had used and is working for them. And in total, like, I think in this country, we do not take our security very seriously. Even ourselves, amongst ourselves, from the way we build our homes and the kind of security we provide, even for our families and for ourselves. We all need to take charge of our own security. And Ghana Police, ongoing training. Your men need to be trained very well, refresher courses, because some of these deaths can be avoided. Let's go for a quick break. We'll be right back.
Why spend time to commute to ADB for just your statement? ADB offers free quick statements. You can receive it daily, you can receive it weekly, you can receive it monthly, or even quarterly, right there in your inbox. Just provide your email today and we'll give it to you for free. As an ADB customer, I don't need to come to the bank to check on my balance or transactions in my account. With ADB Quick Alert, I receive it right here on my phone, and Quick Mail in my emails with every transaction, be it credit or debit.
ADB, truly a Greek and more.
You're welcome back to the Girl Talk segment, and our question for today is, what is your ideal date? Movies or dinner? What is your ideal date? Movies or dinner? I know some people like food, so
Dinner.
Who would think Helen would have gone for dinner? Because she said some people like food. People
no, but she
people,
eats a
yes, she is the one who she doesn't just joke with her food, and she'll be eating in bits. Like, so I'm actually not surprised she chose dinner.
Yeah.
You know, there's something about candlelight dinner or dinner settings that, you know, table
The
for
ambience.
two, the ambience.
After the reggae,
The
play the blues.
The table for
blues,
two.
The blues.
Even though there is wine and there is calories and there is food and there is whatever, it gives you the opportunity to know each other better.
Look into the
eyes,
ask all the
communicate,
questions,
you know,
let
ask
the
all
love
the
flow.
questions, you know, and you get to know if he's a gentleman. You get
His
to know
manners,
his
mannerism,
his
you
manners,
know.
very important. If he a gentleman, does he pull the seat for you?
Oh,
Does he say excuse me?
These movie women.
Does he say excuse me?
Look
oh
at
baby,
these,
let me pour you your
let
drink.
me, yes,
look at these
you know,
UK US
does he go
movie women.
big open your mouth?
Sitting
Would you like
in
to
Ghana
taste? Does he
here.
share his food? Is he a giver? You know,
The strawberry.
yeah. Will he share his
I'm
food
actually
with
very
you?
surprised. Look at
You
them.
know, and it's just sweet, you know. So I think
And you
it's
get to
dinner.
talk.
You get
That's
to talk.
it.
That's the most important
thing.
bit of
Like
it.
one-on-one.
You talk, you ask questions, he asks questions. But movie is a distraction for me.
Look at them.
After the dinner, we can go home and watch a movie or set another day to watch a movie. That's after I've gotten to know you.
Exactly
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
the
Movie is
movie,
a
I can also
distraction.
set a date for dinner. You see, me, I'm the casual body kind of person. You get it. Chale, get into the jeans, let's get going. You see that kind of thing. I go and say, and there's some action, and like I don't want to use this story as an action. Like there is an action and you scream, hey, you know, the natural kind of thing. So I don't have to. It's too prim and proper.
Ghana girl.
This is
Ghana girl.
You see, this is too.
ghetto.
I think there's always, especially when you have to work like every day, especially if he's in a banking or like a corporate world, he's always have to be prim and proper. So it's always, but when he's out of the because I don't always want to be too, you get it. I actually prefer too prim and proper once in a while than prim and proper every day. It's an effort for me.
Aphia, this is dinner. You can go to
Dinner,
your
so-
usual
so
or your
this is dinner.
favorite
See the way-
checkpoint. Check,
see
check.
the way she comes.
Checkpoint.
My dear, if check day, then I'll go to
But I thought you were like,
No,
the
I'm
Ghana girl.
talking to dinner. We are
Indomie
talking
dinner.
about
I'm
dinner.
talking about Indomie.
No, what is Indomie?
I don't even eat it.
Why would Amma,
I
why?
don't even eat it.
So yours
You
is
see,
like a Chinese
so I
restaurant.
exactly.
Table
That is-
result.
Yes, yeah. It can be Italian. It can be
That
French
is
cuisine.
Spanish.
It can be Spanish.
Oh.
You know, it can be
You're my
Turkish.
girl.
Look at them.
Movie.
Yes, move.
Some people will
What are
just
you making
forget
a movie?
about themselves and laugh so
You know-
hard, and before you know,
You
there's
see,
a fact.
that is the natural.
There's a
That
fact.
is the natural way I want to go with you, so that I will know whether you are
People should be
pretending
fattening your
or
presence.
not. So if you can't deal with it, then you know there and then. If we are to sit at a table, the way everybody will comport themselves, but in the
No,
movie,
there are some people you can tell when
can
they are
tell.
pretending.
Yeah, yes.
So it's good
Well,
that
there
you
are
put them
some
on the
people.
spot.
Yeah.
I'm here, you are there.
no. But the
Misbehavior, let's
majority
see.
of the people forget themselves when they are focused on something else. If he is
This
focused
is the
on
days
you,
that you are supposed to talk more and
Yeah,
more
because
each other.
there, it wasn't
and
stated that you want to talk more and more. They
It's
said
a date. I'm getting to know you.
A date is a date. A
My
date
dear,
is always
a
a
date
first date.
From
Yes,
the
exactly.
start,
A
I
date
would
is always the
rather
first
want to
time.
know you in a rugged way than to know you in a prim and proper way. When later I'll have to find you in a rugged way I can deal with. I would rather want to know you from the beginning, that you can actually be normal, like cool, than knowing that, because maybe I want my man to be that prim and proper, but really I want to know how normal you can be.
But Amma, do you know you can
So-
actually be yourself at a dinner?
Yeah.
Just that the environment is different. It's conducive enough for you to really digest
Trust
the
me,
person you're
there
with.
are when you are at a dinner, there is no way you can laugh when you are like the way
Some
you want to
people laugh
laugh.
and forget it, they even fat. That
Yes.
is my problem.
But that is what I'm trying to tell. If I can't deal with it
No,
later,
if you
I
fast
would
there,
want
I'll
to
leave you. That's
yes,
what I'm saying.
so it gives you the opportunity to leave now than when you get too cool with the person and you have to leave because the person, sorry, excuse my language, farted.
Okay, so we have some comments coming in from Salom. Going to buy Kelewele at the junction is okay
Look
for
at
me.
We are talking about
Salom,
trying
why?
to be international here, my dear.
So
Exotic.
Anna Banana movies until movie houses turned into hotels.
Porn hubs.
So Mami Jamina Akenton movie. Jadel Deer hiking. Hiking. Time no day for hiking. Why are you? Where will you hike? Abigail Na Ando, Dinala, Nana Joa Boaji, movie with Kelewele or popcorn.
Which movie not? Which cinema hall? Even Accra Mall, you can't take any
but
food
there's a very
outside.
nice cinema hall in Kumasi, inside there.
But they don't allow your own food. They don't.
No, but you buy
You can
the
order.
popcorn
You can
from
order the
there.
popcorn,
Kelewele.
but I'm talking about
It's
Kelewele.
a restaurant. Then it's an in
I think
cinema
I've been there
restaurant.
once.
Yeah.
You can press the
It's
button
called
Yeah,
wine
then they
and
bring
dine.
you wine
It's
and
called-
dine.
Yeah.
So
Wine
as you
and
eat, you
dine
watch the
cinema.
movie as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So Miss Na Amma cute girl dinner. Nana Fosua Danso. Money. I want money.
Money where? We're not talking.
She's saying she doesn't want for the date.
So
She doesn't
the
want
money should be
movie
given to her.
or anything. She
Oh,
wants
please,
money.
Sometimes you need to pamper yourself.
Yeah,
I love
so-
money than I do.
Yeah, sugar free. I used to love movie dates until I watched a movie with some tardy girl.
I don't know, but I'm laughing already.
I can imagine what
Shadi
happened.
just couldn't keep quiet, so we
You see, that
so we enjoy the movie for 1 minute in po. The next time I will try dinner
It
dates.
reminds me, sorry to cut you, it reminds me my grandma, may her soul rest in peace, when you're watching a movie with my grandmother.
That one is menopause.
So I can imagine what the
it's not
tiny
menopause.
girl
There
was
are some
doing.
people that really they empathize. They put themselves in the action.
You can
and they're
never
able
watch
to.
a movie with my grandma, no way.
So Edmond Azamati movies, Belinda Aquino, The Room One, being in the room alone with him.
You see.
That thing is so sweet. Belinda, what are you talking about?
He's talking about
The movies, you know, they have the movie halls, yes.
yeah. The movie houses, those secret ones,
Yes.
like
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
not the cinema
lost.
kind of movie.
I'm lost because I'm still searching. Ohima Kechiri Bedu movie sessing. Oh, why? Young Leslie, ice hockey. Ice hockey in Ghana, please. Aphia Citizen, haven't tried any. Na Kokoi movies. Ramadakon movies. Adepa Charlotte movies.
I'm just winning. I'm just in a
Amma
comfortable
Wood
league.
dinner.
No, but
Brett
still.
Green movies.
Comfortable league.
Well, they haven't had a
Join the
dime
winning
Ernest.
team.
before.
I love movies, especially with
Join the
comics
winning team.
inside. Sarah Edia Akom movies. What is wrong with you people? Eunice movies.
Just join
Margaret
the
movies.
winning team.
Julia.
Okay.
It's okay. Mine is dinner, and I'm
Dinner,
with you.
hey girl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
dinner.
So that is how
Dinner.
come that
Dinner.
guy had to
Dinner.
leave the Tadi girl
Dinner.
in time.
But
So
the
that
thing is,
because
Ghanaian
dinner, she
Ghanaian
wouldn't
men
be
are
talking
not
plenty.
romantic.
Yeah.
And it's gradually
No.
affecting the women
No.
as well.
No.
They are getting used to
No.
their
Yeah.
own
I mean,
romantic.
the best part you can get me to be myself, to really get to know me,
Is
is
when
when
we
I'm
are,
at dinner with you.
you know, talking, drinking,
Yeah, when we are talking is
eating,
when-
laughing.
That's where you can really digest who I am.
Yeah.
It's not about the
And
food.
sipping
It's
that
not about the
wine.
food. It's the environment. It's not about
Okay.
the food.
Movies any day.
Because the food, I'm not
Let's
really going to
laugh.
eat much anyway.
Let's just make fun. Let's just that's
after.
the horror movie.
After when I've decided whether I want to go on with you or not, then we can even go horse riding and, you know, go out of a car and, you know, to some
Where is
resorts.
this girl?
And, you
Where
know.
is this girl talking
Please,
from?
I have this one from my friend. She's watching us from Cote d'Ivoire, Josiane Toure. She says, can't we go for dinner and do movies later?
At the same time, yeah.
Thank
that's
you,
also
girl.
possible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you ladies for your submission.
Thank you for having us.
You see how the cameramen are looking at you girls like, hey, dinner, waiting.
I know you
Girls.
watching us from home, you have your choice, but you know, share it with us on our social media platforms. We'll see you next week. Enjoy your weekend.
I'm going to the movies.
We're going to have dinner.